Hello, dear students. Good morning. We were doing the lesson A Truly Beautiful Mind. And children, I want to ask you one thing. Are you all fit and fine? Nice to see you again. So, I'm continuing with this chapter A Truly Beautiful Mind. And we have learned a lot about Albert Einstein. Now we have to do only the last 3 paragraphs and the lesson will be completed. At the urging of a colleague, Einstein wrote a letter to the American President Franklin D. Roosevelt on 2nd August 1939 in which he warned, that means warned means a warning was given, a single bomb of this type exploded in a port might very well destroy the whole port together with some of the surrounding territory. This was the warning given to him. He gave the warning to the people because of this, when the Second World War was going on. His words did not fail to have an effect. The Americans developed the atomic bomb in a secret project of their own and dropped it on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. Einstein was deeply shaken by the extent of the destruction. Even today, if you read about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, you will come to know what disastrous effect these bombs had on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The grass has not grown there, and the children who are born are also not normal. So we can say that how bad, how disastrous the impact of these atomic bombs are when they are thrown on any country or a city. Einstein was deeply shaken by the extent of the destruction. This time, he wrote a public missive to the United Nations. Now, what is a missive? A letter. In it, he proposed the formation of a world government. So, he gave a very good suggestion that there should be a world government also who can monitor all these happenings. What one country is doing to the other, that world government is going to monitor and have a control. Nobody can throw an atomic bomb on any country or a city like this as they had done in the Second World War. Unlike the letter to Roosevelt, this one made no impact. No impact means no effect on anyone. But over the next decade, Einstein got even more involved in politics, agitating for an end to the arms build-up and using his popularity to campaign for peace and democracy. He was a peace-loving man, and we had done before also when we started the chapter, I told you that he was a great humanitarian. He was against war because whatever happens after war is very, very dangerous. The war can be over, but it leaves a very bad impact on the place where it is dropped. When he died in 1955 at the age of 76, he was celebrated as a visionary. Who is called a visionary? A person who sees everything in a very positive way. He has a great vision and world citizens as much as a scientific genius. So, in both those areas, as a person also he was a great visionary, means he had a great prospect of looking at the world for peace, and on the second hand he was a great genius as a scientist also. So we have seen the two sides of this person's personality. One was that he was a great scientist, a genius in his field, and on the other hand he was a great humanitarian. So students, today the chapter finishes, but then our work is not finished. You have to read the chapter again on your own and try to write the word meanings of the difficult words, and then I'm going to send you MCQ type questions, the short answer type questions and long answer type questions from this chapter. Till then, bye bye.